What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, and can you guys believe Gears of War is 9 years old? God, that makes me feel old. Anyways, happy 9-year anniversary to arguably my favorite franchise of all time. And I thought it'd be cool to go back and tell a little bit of my history with Gears. Maybe you guys don't care, but it makes me smile because I remember where I was when it all changed for me. So I graduated college in 2004. I feel really old now, okay? I felt old a minute ago. I feel freaking ancient now. 2004, I got my first gig, and I decided that in order to set myself up in the long run, I was going to stay at home a little bit longer. So I packed my bags from my dorm room. I moved back into my folks' place, and I got to work. And it was a great gig. I loved it. I stayed there for about a year and a half. And a better opportunity came along. That was in early 2006. A better opportunity came along. The problem was it was across town. And by that point, I had a pretty good nest egg of my savings, staying at home and trying to be responsible and financially responsible. And just set myself up. So I knew when 2006 came around, though, this new job opportunity was across town. It really didn't make sense to commute anymore. By that time, it was just time to go. It really was time to go. So I got my first apartment. It was a studio apartment. What is a studio apartment? To most people, I don't know, but to me, it was 343 square feet. 343, isn't that kind of funny? I do remember it's 343 square feet of very tiny. Okay. And you walked in, there was a big wall in the center. To the right was the living room and a very small kitchen. And to the left was a very small bedroom and an even smaller bathroom. But you know what? It was mine. And it was so cool to move in. I set it up such a way that my old job lasted, and I had 2 weeks off, 2 weeks of complete freedom before my new career started. And I went out and I bought a couch. I went out and bought a 55-inch Sony high-definition TV, which I still have today. And I obviously had my Xbox 360 from the launch a couple months prior. And Oblivion had just come out. And if you guys remember Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And I played that game for 2 weeks straight, and I loved it. I loved the hell out of it. I didn't have cable. I didn't care. I had Oblivion and Xbox 360. The world was my oyster. Anyways, I will never forget one night I went out and bought a really chintzy Radio Shack antenna. Like, it was like rabbit ears, but it was like one rabbit ear. It was junk. But I wanted to watch, I don't know what I wanted to watch. TV, I guess, right? I don't know. Well, my TV had a built-in tuner, and that was like a big thing. So I got away with the cheap rabbit ears. I didn't have to buy this big, expensive, mushroom-looking thing. It was like $150. Anyways, I plugged that in the TV. I turn it on. Now, high definition over the air is either all or nothing. So you're either going to get crystal clear 1080i at the time signal. I know most cable is like 720 right now, but this TV was 1080i. That was the newest thing. 1080i, it's like, oh my God, we got to have that. 1080p, who knew what that was? But 1080i was here, man. You got 1080i over the air or blackout. And I had to fiddle with it, and I could get exactly one channel perfectly. And it was Fox. And it was cool because, football was on and that sort of thing. And I will never forget the first time I saw the Mad World trailer. Now, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. It was the first time I'd ever seen anything about Gears. Keep in mind, I was living in pretty much a bubble. I had my Xbox 360. I had Project Gotham Racing 3 and Oblivion, and that's pretty much all I played. I had some of the old Halos and that sort of thing, but in most of where I worked, and I'm not naming names of where I worked, obviously, to protect the innocent or the damned, however you want to look at it. But they were older people, and I was a young gun, the young engineer, young spry 22, 23-year-old guy, taking the world by storm kind of thing, right? Actually, I would have been, 2000. I would have been 24 years old. Still pretty young in my career. And anyways, so none of my friends they're all older. They had kids. They They didn't get it. They didn't play games. They didn't talk about games, so that was fine. But I saw the Mad World trailer, and my eyes lit up. I was like, what is this game? I don't know anything about it. And when it came out, I bought it. And ever since then, it has been an absolute love affair with Gears. But I will never forget that moment of watching that trailer. You don't understand the freedom a guy gets when he's alone, when he's just on his own. You move out of your parents' place. You get set up. You get your own. It's a small couch, but it's your couch. It's your apartment, your music, your decorations. It's yours. And I really own that. And I love just that freedom that I got. And then seeing this game, just the way, I don't know what it appealed to me. And, you know, just buying it and playing it and loving it. And there's a gun with a chainsaw on it. And aliens are coming up from out of the ground. And Coltrane, I mean, this guy was like by far one of the most animated characters I had ever seen. And it was just this total bro fest of just these buff ass dudes just killing shit. And it was like, yeah, you know, and it was good. And the multiplayer was different. It wasn't twitchy, it was competitive. You had to use this cover system, which just didn't make sense. What do you mean you snap to cover? What does that mean? What do you snap to? What do you mean? Like, no, you just strafe around the pole. No, you like hug the wall. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And but boy, did I love that game, man. And obviously, my obsession has gone only up from there. So over the next few weeks, in a celebration of the Gears of War 9-year anniversary, I'm going to be putting together some videos that, for me, are just cool things, showing off things of my collection of Gears stuff, and it's a modest collection. I have a few things. I mean, obviously, I'm wearing the shirt. I got the matching pajamas on right now. I mean, I'm a Gears head through and through, but I got the action figures and the fat heads. I got some other cool things I want to show off, but yeah, I just wanted to just give some recognition to this game because it really is so influential to me. And I got some other cool stories I'll share later on about some of my greatest Gears memories, because there's a lot. And I don't know. You know, you look at like what game have you played the most in your life. Mine's probably got to be Diablo, only because that's all I had in college for 4 years was Diablo 2. That's the only game I really had for PC. I got a PlayStation later on, but I didn't really have a lot of games for it. We were poor. We're poor college kids. You know what I mean? What do you have? You know. So, but I would say definitely in the top 2 or 3 was Gears. I mean, just if you add up all the franchises. I mean, to this day, to this exact moment, 9:35 p.m. Eastern, I got Gears on right now. Like, I'm going to go play Gears. And it's like, how long are we going to do this dance? How long are we going to play the same levels over and over and over and smile the entire time and just say, this is awesome? Like, the satisfaction when you get that chainsaw and there's some dude rolling around on his Nasher and he's wall bouncing and he's clearly 1,000 years ahead of you in terms of skill. But you get lucky with your Nasher and you just rev it up and just go right down his face. Wow. It's like one of the best feelings. It's such a high. And it's something that 9 years later, thousands of Nasher kills later, thousands of Chainsaw Bayonet kills later, it still gets me stoked. It still gets me stoked. That is how much this game means to me. So, what I'm curious from you guys is, and I'm going to sign off here, tell me what games drive you. What are your passion games? What are games to you that you go, damn it, man, I was in the trenches with freaking Carmine. We were fighting this guy, and we were in horde mode, and I had no ammo left, and all I did is I ran, and I meleeed him with the snub. I mean, I want to hear it. I want to hear all the cool things you guys did. Tell me what game drives you. For me, without a doubt, it is Gears of War. As always, I'm going to thank you guys for watching. Please do me a favor. Comment, rate, subscribe. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.